Whenever we write a story, we want our hero, and all our characters for that matter, to be well-rounded and feel human. But how do we do that exactly? Today, we're discussing how to write a complex hero, so be sure to stick around. Let's get started! Hey guys, Nour here, and welcome back to my channel. For those visiting for the first time, hello! I'm the fantasy author of the novel Divinity Falling. Be sure to subscribe for weekly writing advice videos. So, how can we create a complex hero who feels as real as you and me? Well, by giving them layers, and here's how. Tip number 1. Put a twist on a common character trope. When we talk about a complex character, this obviously means that we can't have a stereotypical character, because stereotypes are usually shallow ways to describe characters. So often, there's nothing complex about them. So what we can do is put a twist on a common character trope. For example, let's say your hero or protagonist is a princess. Now, if we wanted to stereotype this princess, we can make her a damsel in distress who's sheltered and very much weak. She would be girly and spoiled and pampered and all those things. But now, if we want to make her more complex, all we have to do is put a twist on this princess trope. And to do that, we just have to think of the opposite of those stereotypes. So instead, maybe she's strong-willed, passionate, and has a cause. And maybe she enjoys cooking with the palace cooks instead of trying on dresses. Basically, she's more than just a pampered princess. So you get the point. And with just those few changes, she's already a complex character because we put more thought into her. Tip number 2, give them flaws. No human is perfect, and if they claim they are, then they're definitely lying. Besides, we tend to dislike and even mistrust people who act like they're perfect. Because that's the thing, we know they're acting. So when you're creating a complex hero, remember that readers won't like them if they're perfect, because they'll just come off as fake and sketchy. Instead, don't be afraid to give them flaws. Maybe they're bad at math. Maybe they suck at picking up on social cues. Or maybe they don't know how to keep a secret. Point being, they have weaknesses. Tip number 3, consider their false beliefs. Now, because we're human, we all have false beliefs. It can be as simple as the character failed a math class at some point in their life, and so now they think they'll never be able to understand math. Or it can be more intricate, like having years of childhood trauma, watching their parents fight and be abusive. So now they think love is miserable and don't think it's right for them. That's their false belief, because other people with healthy relationships wouldn't think that way about love. But having a false belief certainly makes these characters more complicated. They have a backstory and clearly some fears and insecurities. And that's what makes them human. Number 4, give them defining quirks. Just like their flaws, you want them to have quirks that are specific to them. For example, maybe they bite their nails when they're nervous, or maybe they're obsessed with the color yellow, or maybe they love cursing people in different languages. They can even be a neat freak who has the floss after each meal. Whatever their quirk is, it makes them human. I mean, think about your defining quirks. We all have them. And if you're not sure what they could be, think about the things that your friends tease you about. Maybe you play a crime podcast to fall asleep and your friends make fun of you for it. And number 5, establish what they want versus what they need. I frequently talk about want versus need. Basically, your hero starts the story wanting something, but this isn't always what they need. For example, they want to become the school president to prove that everyone likes them, but that's not necessarily what they need. Instead, what they need but won't admit to right away is having meaningful friendships. They don't need to be popular to feel liked. They just need genuine connections. Now, your hero won't discover what they need right away. In fact, it takes almost the entire story for them to learn what they need. So throughout the story, this is the lesson they learn. So that's all I have for you today. I'd love to know, what makes your protagonist or hero complex? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos that will take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne, Alan J. Early, and Noah Kovanti from my shout out tier over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And remember, Nour for president.